Oh, what's up, guys? Yeah, cool. Man, this game's really fun. I like this game a lot. The dialogue's really good. My padding's starting to get loose. Yeah, I never really mind the gripper things on mo controllers, but when the padding gets loose, it fucking sucks ass. Yeah, the little rubber things are falling off because the glue's falling off. Yeah, so it's kind of fucking annoying. I can feel it. Like the glue starting to slip. We'll probably have to get some super glue and super glue back on there eventually. I was playing Resident Evil 0. I actually got into it a little bit. Probably gonna play that. I like these universal remotes, but like they put that rubber shit on there that I really don't care about too much. Rubber should just have like good textural shit, so it makes it a little rough, so your hands can glue to it a little bit. Got that done. Okay. This week went by super quick.
Well, this should be interesting. Might as well put my skills to good use.
Let's see. I don't think really anything really happened at work today. Or yesterday. It's actually been a legitimately good day. Been praying more for better days than that, and it's been legitimately just better. I'm having fun, laughing, making jokes and that, cracking shit up. Talking about what we're gonna do with work and that. Our GM's about to come back, and she had like, I think she had 9 weeks off after she had her kid and that. So it's been kind of. Yeah, these at lightning strike to kill these guys. It does such a good job. Yeah, I said we talked about one for a little bit. This. Oh. Like I won't say a piece of my fucking hair. This is in my fucking mouth. That's annoying. And my hair's really fucking long again. So it gets the fuck away. Okay. I kind of wanted to get back on Borderlands, but Borderlands got kind of boring. The gameplay of 4 is better than 3, but 3 was still really fucking good. I like that you can start the story all over again, got this playthrough all. It's mainly the reason why I like 3 so much.
And his guys, mercs who've lost their mission, left with fuck all to do but plot.
Oh man. But yeah, it's been. We're gonna get better at that. We're talking about what we're gonna do with certain people now. Once our GM comes back, she's gonna start changing the schedule around. She's actually gonna start throwing down, you know, logical sense. It's kind of funny that one of the guys that we work with in that, you know, he's been working at our place for like 10 years, over 10 years now, and he still does like the same stuff. Like he just wants to work and go home type shit. He doesn't want to deal with a lot of crap unless he has to. And I always gotta say, I'm like, well, like, bro, it's like you can't live life like that.
That'll do nicely.
Got a lot of pistols and bolt rifles and shit. That bolt rifles aren't too bad. Critical shot creates an icy blast that freezes on enemies with a 4-meter radius. Well, that's pretty cool. Fireworks, yeah. It just does explosion. Yeah, I always sound like blues and shit. I got a badass fucking mask. I guess the alter powers. I don't know what shit I need. I got a whole bunch of shit. Cool.
You just kick back and have a drink. Port money to someone else. No big deal.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm focusing on my tree. I'm focused on getting my armor and health up. Skill, that might be good. Got 4 more levels. I think I'll probably get 2 each, so I get 8 more. I'll get the weapon leech. That actually would be really good. Nah, that was not that good. I'd love to see if I can get that armor. Give me 40% more. Increases freeze damage. Okay, go to this guy.
Welcome to Trench Town.
Keep up good work like this, and you will never go hungry. That's a...
Target neutral.
Target neutralized. Bedazzle. Critical damage. I actually do like keeping one of these sharpshooter ones.
Pleasure doing business. You have a natural...
Can't tell you how relieved I am those missiles.
That gave me a legendary. Of course, gives you a bolter rifle. What does it do? Bone shard 3. Does a lot of damage. Yeah, I'll put that one there. Looks cool as fuck. Damage is really fucking high. It's an automatic. I'm not a big fan of automatic stuff. I guess I got one. And I can turn all these into stuff. Get my guns a little more. Yeah, there's a lot of bit of grinding in this. It takes a little bit to get items in this game, which I really fucking like.
Trenchtown looks like it's hanging by a thread. But I guess this place has always looked like that.
Dang, it costs a lot. Goes up by a shit ton though, look at that. That's fucking insane. Yeah, they get this gun up though.
I'm glad you're alright, Outrider. When we heard you went missing after you fought that altered, even Jakob got worried.
Yeah, damage would apply quite a bit. Yeah, that's good for that.
Be careful in the wreckage zone. I'm not sure what effect high radiation levels might have on an altered.
Yeah, you got armor piercing up a shit ton. Status still really good. It's not status. Okay. Okay, I can change one of the mods on it. Let's see. I can put both of them on there. Oh my god, that'd be so deadly. Okay, so it locks this one out. That's good. That's what I want. I think that's the one I locked. Okay. It's up to 7,000 now. Drop below 30%, increases melee damage by 150%. Then I got a whole bunch of level 2s. Incoming bullets have 20% chance of being deflected towards other enemies. Oh my god, that's fucking perfect. Fuck yeah, that's amazing. 20%, damn, that's fucking insane. And the ally in close range gets increased armor. Come up here. Up. Come on. Up. Come here, Zoe. Up. Come up. Hi, baby. You wanna lay down? What are you doing there, sweetie pie? You here to see me? I know, you haven't seen me in a while, because I'm always sleeping, or I'm never upstairs much. How you doing? You doing good, puppy? You can go lay down up here, it's okay. You're so fuzzy. Oh, you got a fuzzy little turd maker. Okay. Vampire mag. Killing shot. Effect was bleed. Oh yeah, what the I'm gonna get you alter power. Seismic pulse. Every 8 seconds, do that. Enemies within 5 meters around you. That's pretty fucking cool. What's this one do? Increases effectiveness and weakness. Zap. When shield is active, spawns electricity shock around you, deals 4,000 damage. A lot of these things are pretty fucking cool. I don't really do shields. Maybe I should do shields, huh? This one looks pretty good. That'd become a good thing. Yeah, I like that a lot. Rolling gives you armor plate. Yeah, 32. What the fuck does this one do? Oh, dust armor. I'm not a big fan of the fucking blade shit, because it doesn't really fucking do nothing. Nice stand still, it's not really a lot. Windshield's active. If I still got a little more sugar. Well, that deflection thing's gonna be a huge fucking help. That thing is so low. That pulse thing's fucking cool, and that got 20% deflection of ammo. That's even better, and it hits other enemies. Today's gonna be a good day at work.
Hey, boss. If memory serves, there's a nice joint with some good...
Hey, there's your baby puppy. Hi, there's your baby puppy. Ah, I got all the puppy stuff. We gonna go? Go get him? All excited. Yeah, I was thinking about spending me some money, get me a little fucking treadmill. I do got a bike, and that bike can't fucking ride 'cause the seat's so damn small. It fucking rides on my ass too much.
Hey, Channa, is Bailey still out cold?
Being on the move isn't doing her any good. You know, I've been thinking, I know there's no excuse for what she did.
Sounds like you're about to excuse what she did.
It's just, Bailey was no less a slave to Corrigan than I was. Maybe he treated her a little better, but he poisoned both our minds for years.
Sure, but you never tried to kill me. Let me know if she wakes up.
It does work really good. No, get a bad spot. Get a bad spot. Get a bad spot. Get a bad spot. Oh, died. Excuse me, sir. I do like the sniper. The sniper is pretty good. Yes, snipers are weird in almost every game. Sometimes you get really good, like this one's not too bad, but actually, what did I put that on anyway? Level 28, level 28, so I can get that up like 32. Yeah, it probably take about like 5, probably 6,000. Might just kill everything with one hit. Yeah, does it burst every 8 seconds. I wish it was kind of like on a timer where it uses it and then it resets it, so it just constantly using it. There they are. Yeah, freeze is fucking actually quite a big thing. I keep on dying here. I guess I can't die right now. Oh. I'm just getting a lot of fucking purples and shit. Yeah. Ricochet. Twice as that. Whatever skill is used, inflicts 30% of your damage to all effect with burn. Oh, the fucking burn bullshit. Makes proud turret do more damage. Unfortunately, that's just fucking better. Well, I know this one's gonna be better, but it gives you max health, which I don't fucking want. Actually, I really don't even need any more of this crap. Like, I fucking like 50 fucking thousand, bro. It's like stupid. Man, this does give me the roll thing. This gives me complete shield. Triggers are powerful. Energy burst. It doesn't even change it that much. A lot more health though. Oh, this is gonna be that big ass battle royale one. I know this one. I think I might die in this one a couple times. See if I can get a whole bunch of purples and shit.
What do we have here?
Get the best way to grind. Okay, these are the boss guys. These are the guys I want to fucking keep on killing. Look at all these fucking dudes. Kill me! Oh. Yeah. No, this part's amazing to gather items. You can get so many items in that. Oh, I got a new gun. Of course, I gotta do one of these. Increases assault rifle damage by 12%. Yep. The thing of it is, like, if I do, like, I mean, it does decrease it by a little bit, but it's not a ridiculous amount. Cause I'd rather have this more health. Because my damage doesn't really go down by that much because of, like, I clicked on this, it goes up to, like, fucking, it goes all the way up to that. So, like, the damage doesn't change that much. It's like, I'd rather have just more health so I won't fucking die so damn much. Especially once I boost it up and that, it'd be great. Especially once I get more armor and that on my guy, I'll be very much unstoppable. And all the little tricks and shit I can put on there now. Purple that time. Woo-wee. Oh shit. What's this? Explore more. those before you content.
The way to the gate is
Epics,
clear.
legendaries, drop
But how the hell do we open it?
Are we sure we want to? That thing looks like the gate to the next circle of hell.
That gate is all that stands between us and the source of the signal.
I am this close to changing my mind about going through that giant fucking gate.
Yeah, this part's actually extremely fucking hard. I mean, obviously. Fuck, I'm into it. Fuck. Multiplayer this game would be fun. We'll get my fucking friend to play this shit with me. We got fun. I believe we played it a little bit together. I can't remember. But for some reason, he's like, we're really in the killing floor, but like other level up games are not as so much into it. So. I don't know.
Outrider, let us know if you want us to join you at the gate.
You know, it's a funny, like this game changes for like you get settled in here, your guy gets put in cryo for 30 years, big war happens, Enoch's a big dangerous place, and then you find out why it's so dangerous.
Okay, time to figure out how to open this. I'm waiting for you here.
And like it just becomes a big old fucking mess. Fuck, I think it just got me up level.
Everything we've been hoping for is right behind this gate, but there's no obvious mechanism for opening it.
August, you must know, yes?
Lost people. You mean there's others like you?
Maybe.
What do you mean? You know what's out there?
If you like a good story, I think you should play this game. The dialogue's actually really like Americanized dialogue. It's like realistic dialogue. The only thing that sucks is when you become a woman in that, it doesn't have like a woman-based voice. It's kind of like really manly relationship, which is kind of annoying, but.
Oh, come on! That's our only hope? It's the end of the goddamn world out there. What happened to a place beyond the storms, huh?
We are about to go farther than any man has ever gone before.
Well, let's go. Before I change my fucking mind. Mr. Spock.
Crazy Vulcan.
Mr. Spock. He's so funny.
Look at the size of that storm.
It's coming fast. We need shelter.
I'll take the lead. Stay on me.
Well, this just gets better and better.
Oh, don't
Bailey's
leave me
barely
behind.
lucid. You need to keep her hydrated.
I'm trying, but we barely have any water left as it is.
Tahiti, you sure she'll never walk again?
It'd be a miracle if she did.
No matter where I
go, your kind get uglier enough.
Don't understand. We're getting closer to the signal. The only way it could be transmitting is if the anomaly's effects were declining. But instead, the anomaly here is worse than anything we've seen.
Could it be we're approaching something like the Eye of the Storm?
It's possible, but such an abrupt change in climate from tropical to desert, only the anomaly could cause something so dramatic. What if it's actually getting worse?
That cave looks promising. I found a cave. Should be big enough to bring the trucks in.
On our way. This storm is getting worse by the minute.
Yeah, let's go cutscene. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the sniper. I'll get 20% more weapon damage. I do like snipers. Let's get the sniper one. I'm gonna get some more crit. I'm gonna fuck my crit. I'd rather get more armor. Where's that now? Oh, not even 50% yet. What the fuck is this? There it is. Okay, so this is what that gives me a third one. Okay. Toxic lead, cold snap, okay. Cold snap removes. Oh, okay, so okay, these are the new apocalyptic ones. These are ones that give me 3 things instead of, okay, cool. Excuse me.
I remember seeing sand like this only once before. On Earth.
Okay, yeah, this is the gun I always gotta get up though. Yeah, I always like keeping these guns maxed out because this gun's too good. Okay. Yeah, the deflection be really nice. I guess I'll roll up my fucking Okay. I don't think you could sell anything from this guy.
Ready whenever.
Ready whenever you are. I made boom boom. You made what? He made boom boom. Big smelly boom boom. On the eye piercing 3. That looks pretty cool. You just look. It's always the phasing that have problems with it. Things look so genetically like whatever. Like your guy
boss,
like
you gonna be long?
looks like a.
I could use some help clearing the sand out of the truck's guts.
I can do it, old man.
Yeah? What's the catch?
No catch.
With you, there's always a catch. Then you storm off for no reason.
How about you stop acting?
Count me in.
Going out to the storm. Historical area. Man, this is how I played my other character. I made the same character before. He's actually like my highest level character in this. I just haven't played it in so long. I'm about to start all over again, so. But yeah, anyway, talk about working that. There's been quite a few like changes that are going to be happening. That it comes down to like schedules and shit. People have been management, including myself. Maggie has that mandarin basing. At least that act. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't do bad damage. Yeah, 200 something. Too bad. Excuse me.
Reminds me of home. Better in Beauvoir's museum than.
Stack, we're going, go ahead. Oh, everybody's gonna do my phone. I haven't used my headset that much. It's pretty durable too. Okay. Switch up my battery now. Okay. Ah, shit. But yeah, so me and one of the other manager ladies were talking about that. Some people are about ready to get cut their hours and that because there's just been kind of a little bit too much frustration with some people and that, the way they're acting and that they already talked about one of the guys should have got fired already because the way he was acting and that. I said, well, you guys need to start fucking doing your damn jobs as management and really start pushing these notos. Like, you guys need to stop doing this whole emotional thing to these people that are, you know, psycho, you know, they're the very low IQ'd people and that they do these things because they have very low discipline skills. I mean, discipline them for them to get better, but if it's like a psychological thing where they get angry and get fed up because of stupid shit, then all you're really gonna do is just make it even fucking worse. And that's always been kind of a problem with a lot of people in that, like, they believe they should get unlimited chances and shit and doing stuff. You know, because their emotions are all fed up and that. It's like, dude, come into work and fucking just work, guys. You guys are trying to make it look like it's something way worse than what it is. It's just like one of the things people always seem to do. Ooh, I got a cool ass one. I know that's I got a lot of purple, so that's good. See, I don't know what I want to do though. Man, I like having it, but the armor doesn't really change that much. I only get like 10% fucking life. Yeah, I'm already said that. I'm not really. We need to like use the sniper rifle though. This will do. Okay, how many skills do I have left? We have 4. I think I'm starting to go into ability. This one do welcome shot. The first shot deals damage with firepower increases. Oh. Don't care about that. Yeah, because I really need a. Get 30% more. Does increase it by quite a bit. Just a little bit more would help out a lot. See, like I barely lose much armor. My life didn't even go down by that much only. Yeah. And 30% more actually make my turrets actually nice. Yeah, it's really hard to fucking die with the turrets out. Yeah, you get jumped pretty bad in this fucking game. You gotta have healing shit. That's why I like the skills that I have now. The turrets that supports it so fucking well. Okay, got that shit done. Then basically got everything else done.
Hey, boss. If we can't even drive in these damn sandstorms, how the hell are we going to get anywhere? This is starting to feel a lot.
I kind of wish the beginning part, wish you didn't have a cryo thing. Like when your guy became altered, he became immortal anyway. I kind of wish that that you could have just like went through the whole like thing and how the war got started and all that stuff and that. They could have triggered something like that and then did like a 10-year later thing and then been like, oh, instead of just doing the cryo freeze thing, which is like I don't mind the cryo freeze thing, but like they should have done it to where like your guy didn't cryo freeze. It was a little bit different.
Want to try the new blend? Call it the liver spinner.
Okay, it's doing everything's gonna be high levels, fuck. Okay. Pick up ammo restores 500 of your health. That's actually pretty nice. That's actually really nice. What's that? Increases turn.
That'll do nicely.
Okay. Oh, you did an automatic one. And I'm looking for skills. Shots heal me. Forget. Thing is, I always want to use revolvers, but I wish you could have dual revolvers because revolvers kind of suck.
Got an empty spot on my wall just waiting for a great big old monster.
Yeah, and these help me get up a shit ton of fucking levels too. No, I thought I had one.
Sure to have more business.
Can't tell you how relieved I am those missiles stopped firing.
You wanna look good charging into battle? I got just the thing.
Let's see what you got here. Ain't got really nothing good. Shotgun's always good. Snowball.
The beast.
Yeah, this game's like you have to get the level 30 max out, which I think level 30 is maxed out. I'm not 100% sure if it does.
Trenchtown looks like it's hanging by a thread, but I guess this place has always looked like that. Be careful in the wreckage zone. I'm not sure what effect high oxygen levels might have on an altered.
These things cost so much to get up there.
I'm glad you're all right, Outrider. When we heard you went missing after you fought that altered, even Jakob got worried.
Can you get them again? I don't care about that. I just care about my fucking guns. Okay. Yeah, I'm way higher level than my Earth guy was. I don't think my Earth guy was even this level.
Boss, if memory serves, there's a nice joint with some good tail around the corner.
Some good tail around the corner. Of course there is. Let's see if I have anything in my storage. Oh. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you get too much crap, it overloads your storage then. Yeah, if I can fucking not this. Oh, that's what I need. I might as well do that then. I gotta find out where the fuck it's at though. Okay, it's all the way the fuck down here. I really hate looking for shit. This it's not even a mini map. It's really just a fucking like it's like a radar thing. If things get close to you, it pops it up, so you have to fucking look for shit. Man, you really don't get a lot of ammo for that damn gun. Where's the box? There's the wonder thing. It's not a bad. You know what's so funny is like every time I get more into like sin and demons and how all that crap kind of works and that, like it gets to the point where the more that we like try to figure out what is actually true evil out there, which is, you know, lack of God, which is basically like Satan is literally just the true evil of all evils. Like he knows that he rebelled, and he rebelled because of us. That's what made it really funny though. That people really start to get like all like butthurt about it and that, and talk about like there's people that worship him and they worship the demons and that. And like the biggest lie that people would say is like, oh well, it's like he's not really bad. What do you mean he's not bad? He fucking hates us. He hates all humans. He hates humanity altogether. That's the reason why he rebelled. Like, that's the one thing people try not to remember. Like the true story behind Lucifer and God and that, like, Yahweh and that, like, there's a reason why that people misinterpret Satan so much. They do it so like normalcy, like, oh well, he did all this, did all that, did all this. But that's the thing of it is, he didn't really do anything. God created him, and God created everything. He created all of us individually to be a specific way. And yes, how he looks at us is different than how we look at ourselves. Us human beings look at ourselves as like, oh, if we look a certain way, we're supposed to be better than everybody else. And stuff like that. That can't be far from the truth. Like, human beings make up a lot of society's ways of looking, how to do things, and that. Like, that's the basics of it. Like, we make up a lot of the stuff, but when you look at how people act back then compared to now, depending on like if they believe in God or not, basically. They were all more or less likely traditional, because that's all they knew. That's so cool you did this. This part is so beautiful, man. But yeah, people get so fundamentally like fucking butthurt over this shit. I always like to tell people, like, the more you learn about it, the more better off you get to understand it more. start getting drop pod fucking resources and that. That's because it's what we're wrong. But yeah, like the more you start to learn about the stuff, the more you start to really see like what is really going on with the world. Like, why is there so much greed and selfishness and stuff like that? Why don't people give mercy out as much as they used to? And then you find out that the world changes a little bit every generation. That well, mercy does get pushed upon people. The big ass gate. It's a huge ass gate. But yeah, the more you really start to learn about it, you just start to grow with it, and you start to see why God did what he did. He didn't do all that stuff to be like, oh, you know, like Lucifer tells us, the lying fucking bastard, saying some random shit that's just like, oh, well, he doesn't like you, and he doesn't want you to have all this stuff and that. The whole part of it is that Lucifer doesn't want you to have any of this stuff. It's actually quite the opposite. I would say the more and more we turn our selves away from the truth, the more we start to be like Satan himself, or we start to rebel and fucking hate and disregard life for what it is. And that's the basics of why there's so much issues in the world. Is right there. We just keep on fucking doing it. We try and make up our excuses and that, which, you know, a lot of people tend to do. And we do. And the funny thing is, like, a lot of people do it, and they don't even know they do it. Yeah, skill leech is actually pretty good. That's why when you look at people that don't know, like, the common courtesy of, say, like life itself, and they sit there and they live this kind of life that's like backwards as fuck, and then people sit there and, you know, they want to get mad at people for these sort of things, and it's like, you guys get mad all you want, but it's not gonna change the factors of anything. All anyone ever really does is condemn themselves. And they condemn themselves so much that when they start to know the truth, they start to deny the truth. And they deny it quite a bit of a ridiculous amount. You see it day after day after day after day. And the funny thing is, like, a lot of people don't even realize it until it's either too late or till they're like going through so much terrible shit that they have no idea how to get out of it. I say, you know what? You know why you have no idea how to get out of it? Because you don't know it to begin with. People base life on, like, money and shit. So you can base life off money. But money itself always disappears. Because you can always just fucking spend it all. I said, when you stop going down that road and start believing in that garbage shit, like, wealth is not bad. It's never been bad. God even says he wants people to be wealthy, but wealthiness is there's different signs of wealthiness. Like, people that are, like, overly fucking, like, people that are actually, like, completely fucking ridiculously rich. There's a different side of them. There's people that are really wealthy, but they're not wealthy in the sense of having a lot of shit. Like, I'm considered to be wealthy. I have enough to sustain the life that I have with no worries about fucking barely anything because of the way my life is right now. Now, if I do something like buy a car or pull out a loan for stuff and that, then I'll have to worry about paying, you know, more shit, just to say. But the basics of it is that, like, to me, it is what it is. There's not going to be much factor of change when it comes down to certain things.
How about you stop acting like you know who the hell I am? And stop trying to pretend you care.
Oh, Chanishka, I know. I was a goddamn bastard when you were too young. Mostly I still am, but I'm not pretending.
Well, at least you said something. So you gonna let me help?
Sure. All right. Look, what you do is...
So the engine doesn't choke, drain the oil, and clear out the debris.
Wow. I could almost cry.
I've never played this game multiplayer all the way through. I think me and my friend got pretty far. I don't know if he's beaten or not, I can't remember.
Whoa. What new kind of demons are you?
Tiago, we're under attack. You need to barricade the cave. Tiago, do you hear me? Jacob, the light was an ambush. Some real uglies, they were drawing me out. Do you copy? Jacob? Oh my god! What the fuck? Get me out of here!
They're everywhere! I love that voice. Start shooting them though. Got like 5 people there, start blasting shit off them. Yeah, I'm not at a most max. I'm getting shit on purpose. When you get purpose at the beginning of the game, it's so hard to level up. You stick with blues, so you can actually move up. And I'm getting enough titanium to get the level up my gun to keep it consistently high. They're everywhere.
August! Us do nothing. Us hide. No friends taken.
Taken?
Yes.
They took them?
Yes.
Alive?
Yes. To eat them.
I'll take you. All right. August, wait.
Take this.
not. Or else like them.
Because basically what it is with these people, the aliens and that are here, well, they're natives of this place. They can't be aggressive or they change into like the things that I'm fighting basically. Can I snipe any of them from here? I think I'm gonna use my sniper.
You're sure they're still alive?
Yes.
So, these brutes with guns, you've seen them before. What are they?
They're fire.
How about you, motherfucker? Have your head up, motherfucker. Alright, too fucking fast. Damn, motherfucker. I guess that claymore does a shit ton of fucking damage. I think you get a tier level 3 of that reflection. It does like 50% chance.
Whatever these creatures are, I don't think this is their village. They don't seem capable of building something like it. Wait, this was your home? And these brutes destroyed it? Took it over?
Yes. No.
I don't understand. What happened to your people?
All gone now.
Nice. It's actually like get fucking 3 clips of this. That's kind of fucking stupid. I mean, snipers are not that ridiculously strong. I mean, they can be, but like... Almost 6 o'clock. Not too bad. I gotta work at 9 today. I think I might go at 8. Oh, yeah. I think my hours are gonna be a little bit more than what they used to be. So basically, I'm talking about the scheduling that. Yeah, we're having problems with some people that are just like, they're getting too many hours than what they really deserve. And most times this is because they're just like complaining about shit so damn much. Which I'll have, you know, I personally never have a problem with people making their fucking Yeah, this is getting a lot easier now that the turrets are actually doing a little more damage. Well, I throw the turrets out with all the skill damage, all the skill leech that I have. I think I have like 10 or 15% that actually fucking heal quite a bit, which is actually pretty nice. But yeah, it comes out all the work in that, like, always say, like, once in our manager, there's going to be a lot of fucking changes, and people are not going to fucking like what's going on. Everybody's just been reporting, like, certain people, like, the guy that works with us, that's, like, with our, I guess they're in our, some type of relations with our GM, that he's been reporting back to her about stuff and that. And like a lot of other people are doing the same thing too, and she's starting to like ponder and think about what she's gonna do.
Yeah, come.
That freeze, the cryo freeze does such a good job. Okay, so 29, I don't get it. Yeah, he's actually a really hard fucking boss. I had huge issues with him with my Earth guy.
Outrider, we made it back to the convoy. We're waiting for you.
Got a legendary hat. What's this one do? This is the firepower one. Boosts your 4 times by 1,000. Shotgun damage goes up by 12. What's this one gives me though? This gives me skill life leech, which I like a lot. It's ain't that much fucking better. I can't put one of these two. But the ultimate increases armor of allies and you get close range. Oh, that's a skill leech too. This one has the assault rifle power. I don't think 700% is going to do anything. The armor thing's pretty good. The skill leech is really good. Let's get a fucking titanium. Yeah, legendaries give you shit ton of titanium. Cool. Yeah, the peskin.
Jenna. Just let me know when you're ready to go. There's no rush.
Hell, I'm ready. Jakob, he never believed in my vision.
I ain't gonna lie, this chick kinda reminds me of my ex. Except for she was prettier. Then again, this is just anime and that. I don't know why I'm selling this damn show. Fucking movie.
Thank you for saving our asses, Outrider.
Fuck. Too much money if I could finish it. 34. Freezes a toxin. That is a lot better than what I have. Moving increases stuff. Yeah, well, that's right. Right. Yep. Oh. Oh shit. Okay. Back. But yeah, there's gonna be a huge change with people. Well, one of the biggest thing is because one of the guys like I said, he's been working for the company for the longest time. That he's kind of like naive when it comes down to people's hours.
What's this? Interesting. Zahidi, I found some ancient carvings. Seems like it might be some kind of hieroglyphics from August people.
Incredible. Can you make anything out?
Not really my area of expertise.
Well, perhaps you can find more carvings around the village. If there are any you could decipher, we might learn something about their history.
Yeah, I'll look around.
But yeah, it's gonna get very interesting. She's coming back literally like not even like a couple weeks from now. And like, it's gonna get to the point. There's gonna be quite a bit of interesting what people are gonna be saying. What you doing, puppy? What are you doing? Hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hi. I'll give you puppy love. There we go. You're okay. You're okay. I need to rub you on your tummy. Did you good old scratchy scratch? Yes, you guys are so spoiled. Ah, the puppies get spoiled. Yes. Ah, the puppies get spoiled. I guess she crosses her little paws together when it hits your tummy. You like that, puppy? Yeah. I feel so good, Daddy. Got a tickle spot. Feel better? No, sneezing. Feel better? Yeah, you're a big best puppy. You're so silly, puppy. But yeah. Well, there's just been complaining about people having hours getting cut and shit, and they're bitching about, oh, I can't pay bills and crap like that. It's like, oh, I'm like, man, you could afford fucking bills. Because like most people think other bills are like outrageously fucking high and shit. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, depending on what you do, like, depends on what you live at. Like, most people that live in, say, an apartment, but their bills are rather fucking cheap. Yeah. Like, you'll pay rent up to, like, you'll probably pay, like, maybe, like, roughly about maybe $1,200 a fucking month when it comes down to, like, bills and that. I mean, obviously that can be a lot if you don't have a stabilized, you know, Because, you know, like, my ex and I, like, she lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. She paid, like, $800 a month. And I told her, and I'm like, well, if you didn't have the other bedroom, now you went to a different apartment, you downsize to 1 bathroom, instead of 2 bathrooms, instead of, you know... Like, if you downsize, you would have more money. You would spend probably $100 to $200 less in bills, and your overall, and you would spend less on electric bill too, because you wouldn't have as much electric pumping through your unit. I'm like, you're not looking at it from that perspective. And I always like to go through that, you know, and be like, some people are just financially just kind of just, I would say, stupid.
Hey, Zahidi. There's some kind of alien-looking artifact here. I can feel it. Radiating energy. There's like something crazy dangerous coming from the sky. Oh, the anomaly, probably. It's like many died. They hid in caves, maybe?
But then how could August's people have survived to build villages like this?
Beats me.
This is an incredible find. Keep looking, Outrider.
But yeah, so like people complain about their jobs and that, and how many hours you're getting that, and it's like,
This alien thingy doesn't seem to be responding anymore.
Well, perhaps you can find more around the village. If you can stimulate more of these apparitions, we might learn the full story.
but yeah, it's like I tell people now, it's like I've barely been making maybe like 30 hours a week. If I like barely making 30, and like I still make close to 800, a little bit like over $800 a paycheck. I like when people sit there bitch about because they got bills to make. They're like, dude, if you're making 28 hours, you're fine. You're gonna be okay. Because y'all get paid $50 an hour. And how catastrophically high that is compared to how it used to be. Minimum wage doubled in the last like 10 years. Like when I first start working at this Taco Bell that I work at now, this shit fucking doubled. I used to get paid like $7.75 or $7.65 10 years ago. People can also say, oh, it's because of minimum wage and all that stuff, and then went up. Of course, minimum wage has to go up. Minimum wage hasn't gone up dramatically in like 10 fucking years. Like it stayed consistently at like single digits for a long time. And the reason why it went up is because of, you know, life was just getting too expensive. People couldn't afford shit. And because I honestly, to say this nicely, that I blame it on a lot of these people that complain about shit, that join unions and that unions kind of profiteer off of taking more money than what they fucking deserve for the same jobs that most people tend to do. And a lot of people get mad at that stuff and nothing like, oh, well, unions do this. Unions do a lot of stuff and that, but like the thing is, most union people, a lot of them are actually all like liberals. They're all like base profiteering people like that. Yeah, and every time you hear like union people talking shit, they do all the same stuff. But they talk about how lazy they are and that. And like, I hear this shit. You know, and they're forced to pay these people some outrageous amount of fucking money. Because these corporations have basically unlimited money. Well, it's because they're billion-dollar corporations and shit. These corporations have been billionaires forever. So they can afford to throw out, you know, millions of dollars towards stuff and that, because...
Zahidi, I found another artifact.
Like, people try to say the reason why, like Like back then, the reason why unions formed is because of unfair wages. And then when you really start to look at that, as they formed, people start to corrupt the power that they had, which, you know, is common for most people that get power and that. They normally, when they first start off, they mean good, but as they go up and grow with it, it becomes tainted and corrupted, because everything good becomes corrupted eventually. It's just how the world actually works. And, like, so as you start to find out why all these things are happening, well, because these people that come in, they're not Christian value people. They really don't care about people. They care about themselves and how much they're worth. As long as they keep the facade going on, they think that they're, you know, not going to be caught. And then all of a sudden they start siphoning money off of other things. Like, oh, we'll do this. And I always think about that, like, people, you know, people get caught up with the, you know, how much money do you need to survive? There's people that literally survive off fucking minimum wage. Like, I work with people that literally survive off minimum wage. Like, they live in apartments and that, but that's all they can afford because housings are too high. Like, if you had a good job and you made say $25 an hour, to be able to afford a fucking house, you can live in an apartment extremely comfortable. Extremely fucking comfortable. By yourself. At fucking $20 an hour. As long as your job's consistent, you'll be able to have money to save up in that. But that's what it is. When it comes down to money, to be able to make any type of money, that you're going to have to do multiple things to make money. That's why people say invest. Invest in stocks. Invest. Because that little bit of money can turn into a lot and eventually becomes something that you can actually rely on.
Looks like the anomaly again, but I think they brought some kind of control to it. Defended themselves from it.
How? Maybe the obelisks, like in the forest.
But this shows a group of them working together, I think. It can't have been easy to do.
Could be why August collapsed back in the forest, trying to protect us from that storm all alone. See if you can find any more carvings.
But yeah, every time we go through our history of why we are here today, and that I would say a lot of it's just corruption of just communist, satanic people. There's a lot of fucked up people out there.
Zahidi, I've made my way into some kind of ancient burial place, which is totally not creepy.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry. I'm sure no alien poltergeists are planning to jump out at you and eat you or anything.
Right. Totally wasn't worried until you said that.
It does work pretty good. It's like every 5 bullets, it just... Yeah. I think that'd be good for the Earth guy. Let's get a shit ton of fucking... Let's get a bunch of life, and I can just have like everything just repel off me, and they all just fucking die. It works pretty well. But yeah, like... So that's why people always have this money struggle now, because like, if the hierarchy of money is way too high, then people are going to expect more out of people with money. And that's why you have to say, why are people that got paid, you know, like 50 cents an hour could afford shit. Really fucking close, actually. Stupid fucking snipers. That dude is a mega.
Just found another carving, Zahidi.
Describe it to me.
But yeah. We're see probably like at least 3 people that might actually leave the job in that. Not like we have problems with them in that, but like they do come in, they do work, but at least one of them, I think we might actually start to like think about letting it go, because everyone's been talking about it, because he's been coming out and being like just disrespectful and that towards certain people and that, and like it's just a fucking job, and he got caught multiple times doing like just outlandish stuff and that. And then that might affect that he's been lying to people about the stuff that he does do, and that I'm just like, why are you even lying, bro? Like, why lie about something where everybody already knows what you're doing? Like, it's very obviously, that you never took responsibilities over anything that you do. You just make up excuses. I say, well, that's kind of why you have the problems that you have, bro.
It actually looks like a time when there was no anomaly storms, when the Pax prospered, where there was balance on Enoch.
You think they did it? They stopped the anomaly? Or is it just showing the time before?
Either way, they clearly only kept the anomaly at bay for a while, until it wiped them all out.
Just like it'll wipe us out if we fail. And there will be no one left to read our history.
All right, that's enough history hunting for me. Time to get back to trying to stay alive.
Hooey.
August is sorry for not helping. I tried to say, you brought us the Outrider, you saved us. But with Jakob gone, August cannot be consoled. Yeah, well, I gotta move around a bit. Sun's about to go down here in about an hour. Might as well get some good old-fashioned walking in and move around a little bit. But yeah, this is once you go through the changes and that. I mean, I really don't want this guy to like lose his job and that, but like the way he's doing it and that, he's gonna end up losing his job. Because there's been multiple times where he acts in that, and like it's just he acts like a little kid. And like so, like how I understand this person, he is a little kid basically, and he's been told multiple times in a certain way, stop acting a certain way, because he's very like vulgar towards women. And like I always say, like there's nothing wrong with being a little bit flirtatious, and you have it under control, just to say. But some people, take flirtatious to like a whole new way of like trying to like have sex with everybody. I'm just like, well, in a workplace and that, it's kind of obviously that you shouldn't be like that, like at all. Like if it's a private setting, I understand. Like say like little things, I get. Like if there's little sparks in between here, like a hug or maybe like, you know, certain kinds of things are a very small amount. But if it's like a private setting, like if you're somewhere where no one can see you and you guys want to, you know, grab some ass and that, you know, and do like more loving, more type stuff, then I can kind of understand that. But when it comes down to it all together, like, you shouldn't do much stuff at work. You should keep it very low. Like when I was working with my ex and that, we worked together. We worked a lot alone together. So when we had time, we would sit there and, you know, we would, you know, not really like do anything super perverted. It'd just be small talk. You know, we would sit there, you know, might like, you know, grab on her butt or something like that, or do something very tiny and that, and she'd like, you know, give me hugs and that, or like, she'd like bite on my neck or something like that. She'd be very teasy and shit like that. And that's what it was. It was a very small amount of ironic, you know, things that people tend to do when they like each other. And like, but we would do that because we actually would be very close to each other. But like, we wouldn't do it in public. I mean, I didn't ever really care. You know, to me, it didn't really matter at all that, because it's no one's fucking business. If I did it in front of people and that, and they get mad, like, that's your own personal feelings against, you know, what's going on. That's a personal thing no matter what. No one should be reacting to anyone's stuff. I mean, you can react to it, but if you dig in it too deeply, you're creating more of a problem for yourself. And that's one of the things that, you know, like at work and that, you know, we're starting to see with him. You know, I tell everyone I'm flirtatious towards everybody. You know, to a certain extent. And, you know, of course, it depends on, you know, if I'm attracted to you or not. Obviously, it gets more kind of intense, I would guess. You know, it's more frequently. But, like, towards, like, all women that I talk to, it all depends. Like, if they want attention, they're gonna get attention from a man. They're not gonna need to fucking try. But, like, so one of the ladies that came in, she's a young black lady in that. No, she's like in her 20s. I would say she's probably in her, you know, she's almost like mid-20s. And like, so she comes in, and she's flirtatious towards like everybody. And like, I'm like, okay, well, you're young. She's, you know, she's got a very nice body in that. You know, she's very cute looking. She got a nice little round butt on her and that, you know. So she's got the luxuries of being flirtatious easily by being teasy and shit. It's not to say that she is that all the time. No, I can't say that. But like, on some things, you know, she's, you know, she's very flirtatious sometimes. I come into work and that, and I know she flirts. I come up to her and that, you know, I'll say hi to her and that, and she'll do, like, she'll give me a smile on that, and, you know, it starts the flirtatious act. It's just a common thing that happens in between man and woman, you know, and, especially if you're not in relationships, that you're gonna be more actively flirting around that, and so it's common. So one thing, you know, happened the other day, and we were talking about, you know, that guy that, you know, he's been having a little bit of, you know, issues at work and that, emotional stuff and that. And I said, it's because you're getting caught with your own personal stuff, and you're blaming it on everybody else because you're just, you know, doing stupid shit. You know. And so that's just basically how it always will be. I always tell people that when you start bringing in your private stuff into work too much, Especially when it's pretty obviously like you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Like, say, like, cheating on your girlfriend or something like that. You know, especially the one that, like, you fucking live with, but you don't want to be fucking a man and be a complete adult. And just say, hey, no, I just want to be with you. You want to be cheesy and thinking stupid shit and thinking you can do this. Oh, let's just have sex with a bunch of random women because it's supposed to bring your star rating up. And this is how people honestly think. And to me, it's complete fucking trash. I always ask people, why in the world do you want to think like that? It's like, why in the world do you want to have that into your mind to think that's okay to do? It's like, who teaches you this shit? All the fucking gangster trash rap that you listen to that calls women bitches all the time and that. I mean, yeah, you can use the word bitch in various of ways of explaining something. Yeah, the word is used in various ways. Well, like, you know, how much respect they have for women is very low. And these are the guys that say, oh, I respect women. No, you don't. If you respected women, you wouldn't be talking so vulgarly about having sex with random women. Like, oh, you can have opinions about things. You shouldn't have much opinions about things, because what you say is basically, you know, potentially who you are. Because, you know, when you talk about certain things, you're based upon what you know and knowledge. Like, for instance, when I was vaccinated, that, I didn't flirt around with any girl that I used to flirt with. I focused on her 100%. Everything was about her. I would push other people away just because me and her were together. You know, at first, that's what my ex did, but then she stopped pushing me away for the one that was giving her a better life. And that's what it comes down to. You know, and this is why I always know, I'll tell anybody, or everybody knows, the more relationships that you get into, and you keep breaking up with people over really stupid shit, instead of just compromising and trying to make it better by learning together and being better together, that's when you start to have some massive issues. I see people that break up after like 5-6 years of relations. I was in a relationship with my ex for like 4 months, and probably the last couple weeks of us being together and that, it started to go downhill. I start cutting ties with her emotionally because I knew that she was going to leave me. Because the signs were there. And I always try to tell people, if the signs are there, then more or less likely, that woman's going to fucking leave you. Because she wants to leave you anyway because entertainment's low. And that's what happened. It was very obviously, she left me for really stupid reasons. And then, you know, as she left me, I started to get more faithful with God, because Proverbs tells us about women, and that not all women are meant to be with. If women don't cherish men like they should, with respect and trust and love, as man should towards a woman, then the relationship will never ever be. People want to be in a relationship because it makes life easier for them so they can pay bills together. I say you don't go into a relationship, that's a situationship. That means that you're situated to use that person, try to get that person to be with you through any type of means necessary. If it's manipulation of the heart, manipulation of the dick, or of sex and that, you're using all these things to try to keep this person going. But true love always prevails because Christ always wins. And when I found out, when I started reading Proverbs and I started understanding what Christ was actually talking about with King Solomon and that's what happened with my ex. I stayed with love with her, and eventually, since she wasn't, in love with me anymore, she started to reject it. And then she pulled away, and then she broke up with me. And that's how you can know. And there's a lot of women that are gorgeous women. They got nice bodies, got nice titties and booty and all that stuff like that. They can have all these luxuries that almost every other woman fucking has. They're not the only ones out there that have that shit. But other women, their hearts are just, you know, other people in general that actually want love. They want a relationship. They want someone to relate to. That's what we do as humans. We want to relate to people. We want to get into stuff where we want to, you know, everyone be happy together instead of just being all apart. And that's what it comes down to. A lot of people, as in nowadays, you know, they're trying to get relationships now. You don't see that much. Honestly, the thing that you see the most of, you see a lot of people using each other. And of course, not everyone's like that. No, I don't think everyone's like that. I think a lot of people are like that because their parents are like that. Or they go online and learn a bunch of stuff that actually is very poisonous towards them. Like, listen to all this feminist slop that's out there. And feminism has dramatically pulled people into a way of, like, thinking that women have more power than men. And you comparing it. I said, as soon as you start comparing to each other, that's when you start to rebel. That's what Lucifer did. Lucifer compared himself to humans. And God knew he was going to rebel. He said, we're better than humans. Why did you create humans and give them all this stuff? And the funny thing is, like, Lucifer and all the fallen angels that follow Lucifer, they had eternal life, too. They had eternal life. They had no sin. They can't feel pain. They can never go hungry. They live forever. In complete happiness. Yes, they had more power because they're angelic beings. You know, but on the contrary, that is, none of it matters, because even with that power now, you couldn't overcompensate the love that God has for everything. God still loves all the fallen angels. God still loves Lucifer. It's not like he stops loving. He doesn't stop loving. Because, like, and that's what it comes down to people in this world now. Like, when people stop loving, they stop emoting. It's not saying about caring about people and that. You can care about people and that, but you don't care too much. You don't be naive. Because people take advantage of that. You know, and that's why it's always good to understand, you know, there's certain levels that you can do. Because, you know, at the end of days, when sin gets ripped away from the world, and God comes down, and we become in paradise with God himself, with the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, life changes dramatically. Life itself would be an internal peace. There would be so much differences in life itself. Like, we wouldn't be in the way that we are. We wouldn't worry about storms and tornadoes and hurricanes and all this weather and that. We wouldn't worry about sickness or any type of issue in that. We would all live in perfect harmony. You know, like, it's like going to a small village that everyone knows each other. They all love each other. When something happens, they help each other out. But you go in the suburbs, like right around here now, like fucking barely anybody helps each other out. Like, if someone's down their luck in that, and say there was like a rich dude on the block in that, would he give money to help someone else down their luck? Probably not. I mean, if he's a good person in that, he probably will. That's what it is. It's like people's goals are very obtuse. I see you guys want to worry about your legacy. The problem with legacy is that eventually you will be forgotten. People will forget you. Eventually. Like, I don't know my great grandfather or grandmother and that. I don't know who they are at all. I've never seen them probably when I was a little tiny baby. To me, they're completely forgotten. You know, it's just like, it's just like the grandchildren now they knew my grandfather. My grandfather lived a lot longer than their parents did. But that's what I'm saying is, like, the next grandchildren, they're not gonna know my grandpa. They're gonna know my dad. My dad is the grandpa now. But they're not gonna know my grandpa. That's what I'm saying. People will eventually be forgotten. That's how humans work. Like, we don't know who our ancestors were fucking thousands of years ago. We ain't gonna meet them. We don't know who they are. We could do a test to know certain things, like where our genetic pool was at, probably like several hundreds of years ago and that. Because we can trace through documents and shit. But sometimes them are always spectacle too. But the whole point of it is, we only know so much. And so, when we try to go through this life of trying to be like, oh, we gotta be this legacy, and it's like, yeah, I would say, like, Martin Luther King will be remembered. Thomas Edison will be remembered. He's been remembered for the last 200 fucking years almost. Yes, there's gonna be people that are gonna be remembered for the spectacular things that they did. But normal people that didn't do all this spectacular shit, they're not gonna be remembered. Like, they remember more Greek mythology than they remember more about, fucking Jesus, basically. And Jesus is the most important thing in our world, period. They know more about Nostradamus and all these fucking, like, Greeks and shit that had a good role of certain things. But they always go towards the Greeks. I said, what's so important about the fucking Greeks? The Greeks were pantheon fucking molesters. Not all of them were bad. Of course not all of them were bad. But most Greek, like, especially royalty now, a lot of them had a lot of psychological fucking issues. Man, there were a lot of drugs involved back in the Roman age of Greek and all that shit. In Greece and that. But obviously not everyone did this shit. But, like, the main people that they talk about, who knows if they were fucking real? That's what a lot of people are stating now. It's like, who even knows Nostradamus was real? All these people are real and that. They could have been all fucking completely honestly made up, because there's not much documents on them and that. I mean, they made stories up about Vlad Tepes. He was back during the Crusader ages now, 1500s now. He was a loyal, blessed to Yahweh, loyal to God, 100%. But they use him, and Bram Stoker, some guy, back then used his story and made him into a fucking demon. When he wasn't a demon. And that person should tell the true story of Vlad, fuck, his name is so weird. Vlad the Impaler, aka Dracula. Vlad the Impaler was just a dude that was trying to protect his country, protect his kingdom from a bunch of Islamic fucking rapists. That was the whole point. It's same thing with, 300 and that, with the Spartans and that. Who they were facing? Bunch of Persians. A bunch of Islamic fucking people. Yeah, it's been happening fucking forever. Like, it's just the same shit, different day. Like, Islam always wants to take over Christian-based values because they think their values are better. What do you think's happening now? I'm surrounded by a bunch of Muslims. Now, are they Muslims by choice? No, I think they're Muslims by death. They had to do it because, so I don't even think they're real fucking actual Muslims. Because they don't like their fucking countries. That's why they all fucking moved here. Because of the war and shit that happened. But when it comes down to that, I live around a whole bunch of them. And most of them don't even care about their religion at all. You talk about, it's like, hey, I don't really give a fuck about being like, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not Muslim by religious standards. That's because I was born into it. And that's where you get that kind of like, that identity thing. It's like, okay, so you're born into something that you don't worship, so why do you want it? Why do you dedicate yourself to be like that when it doesn't fucking matter? Like, I could say I'm a Christian. Yeah, I'm a Christian. But I follow Christ. I don't follow humans with Christianity. I try to follow Christ himself. And the more I know about his life and that, the more I try to follow it, even though it's difficult, because it is. It is extremely hard as well, because not a lot of people don't follow any type of thing like that much anymore. And you can see that with how people act in that. And that's where you get down to, like, what's really going on in this world now. People lost hope and love. So love has been scattered. People lost hope and, you know, saying being a decent person. So now, the decency has spread. You know, the stuff that they listen to, it's destructive to them. I say you listen to stuff that destroys your mind and your emotions even more. Because you just want to know why. So if you want to know why, well, the only one you should ask is God. God, Yahweh, you know, Jesus is probably the person you should ask. Or ask the Holy Spirit. Obviously, they both work hand in hand with the Father. You know, and that's what it comes down to. God never lets you alone. People always want to say, oh, this and that, because stuff doesn't actually happen. I said, but the thing of it is, if you're not ready for the riches, then you'll go broke. If you're not mature enough to be in a relationship, the relationship's not going to last. There's a lot of manipulation that goes on, especially in relationships. Like for me and the women I deal with, most of it was just, they just wanted the lust. There was no actual legitimate, you know, love with it. Maybe a couple of them when I was younger than that, but as I got older than that, it was just lust. A bunch of single moms that were fucking like, oh, you're more attractive looking than my man, so I want to get closer to you because you make me want to fuck you. And you go by pure lust of the flesh. I said, but the heart of the person you don't care about. You didn't care about that at all. Because you wouldn't be doing that in the first place. That's why when people say, oh, you know, I've been single my whole entire life, be single. It's like, why everyone thinks I should be with someone. I know. People think that about me, too. There's people that say, you know, my parents say, you know, there's a lot of good, you know, Christian women out there that, you know, they'd be lucky to have you and that. I say, yeah, but the problem with this, there's not a lot around. And if I do go to church and that, most of them, you know, are just really fucking shy. I met a couple girls in that are just like, I can say they were 100% my, like, likeness with, like, how they looked in that. Because I like short, skinny girls. I always did. And most chicks that I, you know, see that are always short and fucking skinny. But sometimes, you know, some of the girls they're kind of pudgy and they got the big ass titties and that, you know. And it's like, the flesh matters to a certain extent because that's what you see first. But the personality has to be there too. And sometimes you find people with great personalities, and they're not the most attractive looking people. The thing of it is, you can live life with them because their personality is so good. You know? But you don't want to feel that you cannot you know, be sexual with them. That's what it ends up coming down to eventually, is that. And when the performance ain't there, then women or man normally get really confused. I can't say that about everyone because I'm different than most people. I definitely don't look at life from the same perspective because I never did. And it's the reason why I live life the way I live it. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready for work. I think I might leave a little early today. I got about an hour left. I'm just gonna keep on moving around that. I'm growing pretty good. I'm getting thick. Go back to the gym tomorrow. Start getting a little bit heavier weights than that. Up in my lat pull downs. I think I'm pretty much I'm at 120 now. I stuck with the 100 for a while, but 100 got too easy, so now I'm going to try and go up into closer to the mid hundreds to try to get that muscle to really build it. Working out pretty fucking well, I'll tell you the truth. I did 115, another time I lifted weights that. It felt good. Put last strain on in that. I was doing 30-pound dumbbells in that, curling in that. That felt really fucking good. I like that a lot. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. It's just how the world is. It's just like the stuff I deal with at work and that. It's always the same shit. It's like people sit there, they get all pissy and act with certain things that. And I always tell people, like, everybody's dealing with the same shit. You're just the one complaining the most about it because you want things to be a specific way. And it's always people that are very, like, childish. Like, they haven't grown up because they've been babied for a long time. And I always say it's always men that have women that baby them. If the man doesn't take control of, like, the relationship to a certain extent, he's not the more dominant person, they become like children. And women naturally don't want to be like that. Women naturally want to be like children. They want to be taken care of and have a man do the bulk of the stuff. And that's what it comes down to, like that responsibility of saying, like, you're gonna have to work, you're gonna have to not be able to play as much stuff and that, but when you have time to do it, you'll do it. They did those. Just ain't about being a pooper duper. Yeah, my feed that was showing Hallmark movies and that it comes up on my TV when I turn it on. It'll pop up Tubi or Hallmark advertisements and that. Oh, man. Ooh. But yeah, it's just a lot of little things that we have to look at in life. And I can say, like, sometimes it does get a little hard for like some people in that, because life itself has always been like that. Well, as long as you follow the simple rules of engagement of respect, and that you always are going to have something. that's why, like, for me personally, when I look back into my history and that, I can see a variety of things that I've done completely amazing, and other things I've done completely fucking stupid. But I always want to say, life is great when you want it to be great. Life is bad when you want it to be bad. My friends is one of the manager girls I work with and that. I've been trying to like, you know, make her laugh a lot now, because, you know, she's so serious, and like I told her one time, you gotta stop acting so serious at work and that. Just let loose, just have fun, talk about something. It's like she's so shy to talk about things because she doesn't think people, like, I guess, want to understand her now or something like that. I said, just talk about the things you like to do in that, you know. Talk about, you know, oh, I saw this today, and people can respond to you, you know. Not everyone's gonna have the same personality as you, but like they can still respond to things that you say. Like, for instance, she was talking about some events that have been happening around the area. There was this paranormal carnival thing going on where you got a bunch of these, you know, bunch of people that dress up as, you know, clowns and just like, you know, Halloween type stuff. And they brought it in to where we live at, and they had it for like a couple of days or something like that, over the weekend or something like that. And like, she was sitting there freaking out about it, like, oh, they're talking about clowns and that. It's gone. I was like, I was like, it's okay if you like wear makeup and that, but like the actual clowns. So I was like, well, yeah. I just guess stereotypically people look at clowns as being very evil and very demonic in that because, well, because they're not supposed to be demonic at all. They're actually supposed to be this loving, caring, funny type thing. But people put such a spin on them. A lot of them just make them a bunch of pedophiles and that, because, you know, they like to entertain kids. RJ, well, entertainment itself doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of people, and most of the times, those people are normally gay or have some type of sexual dysfunction with them because they can't get rid of something that happened in their past. And they run with it, and they keep on running with it, and they never stop. I mean, that's basically how we get a bunch of these people that think it's okay to do very disgusting things. And I can't say that it's like disgusting in a way just because, you know, you might talk to someone and you're like, oh, well, you're 16 instead of 18 type shit. But that happens all the time, especially if you live around an area where you got a high school and that, you know, you can't tell a 60-year-old from a fucking 20-year-old. I'll tell you the truth. They all look the fucking same. You know, they're very, you know, similar, because women tend to be full grown at that age anyway. But people always do the boo-hoo thing about that. I said, talking to someone doesn't mean you're empathizing and trying to do anything with them. I said, calling someone attractive, saying, oh, it's like, oh, you look cute today, or something like that. They try to perform that it's always sexual. It's not sexual to compliment someone. We have to try to stop thinking complimenting someone means that you want to get with them. Like, being respectful is complimenting people, saying, wow, you look really pretty today. I like, you know, the colors match your eyes or something like that. You know, but since people have modified that complimentary stuff as a way to get laid, they bring that out and thinking that everybody that compliments a woman is willing to sit there to try to get with that person. And that's one of the things that have a high, like, fucking, like, stupidity for these people. And that's like, you're just fucking stupid. Because it happened at my job. One of the girls there thought I was attractive. She never could say I was attractive. And she came up to me. This is how she said it. I remember it. She said, hey, it's like, you know, I want to, you know, basically said, I want to say something to you. I don't want you to get offended. Like, that's like sexual harassment. Like, sexual harassment. Like, well, what do you have to say? Just say it. She's like, oh, I really think that you're handsome. I'm like, well, thank you, you know. It's like, I appreciate the compliment. I said, saying that I'm attractive doesn't mean that's sexual harassment. You're not doing anything sexual towards me. you're complimenting me because you like the way I look. That's it. Like, if you grabbed on my dick and start swallowing my balls in your mouth and that, I'm just like, oh no, don't do that. Then yeah, that would be kind of a fundamental thing that would push it too far. But if you're speaking, if you're not forcing me or forcing someone to be like, you know, like how these people tend to do, because they think that women give off signs. And yeah, well, they give off signs towards dudes that they can't get or that don't give them any attention. But when a man tries to give a woman attention, it doesn't give it back. And sometimes women do give it back because they're shallow and they're teasy. And they're like, well, I don't like you, though. It's not attracted to you. They're like, why'd you tease me, then? That's the woman's fault. The engagements have to be similar. It's like, I don't care about any of that shit as much as I used to. Like, when that woman said that stuff to me, no, it made me happy. I'm like, you made me happy, you know? It's nice to be called attractive. I know a lot of women they don't say that. They're not gonna come up to me like, oh, I think you're really cute in that. They never fucking do. I normally announce it and say, oh, it seems like you like looking at me, it seems like you're attracted to me. And that's what it is. They're fucking, like, people are so scared of this. I'm like, why are you scared of, like, the simplest factors of attraction? You think attraction should be online on Facebook and shit. You should be like, oh, I think you're really pretty now. It's like, but you meet them in person, they're all shy and they don't have no confidence with themselves. Now that's unattractive. I said, you're sitting there, and then, like, for instance, like the other day in that, so I was talking to my manager and that, you know, and I was talking about, you know, one of her siblings works with us and that. I said, it's like, oh, she was wearing a little bit of makeup and that and stuff, and I never see her with makeup at work at all. And I asked her, was she going out with her boyfriend then or something like that, or doing something, you know, with her man and that. And so she decided to wear makeup. And she was, you know, saying, you know, that she didn't, I don't think she really knew that, but it was pretty obviously that she was doing something later on that day. And she was saying, oh, well, no, she didn't do nothing, or she didn't know. I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't believe anything that you say sometimes, because I'm not just make up shit, but, you know. But anyway, like, yeah, it's like, and it got really confusing, though. I'm like, why is she trying to wear makeup? And I've never seen her wear makeup before. Like, she had, you know, the mascara on, she had her eyes done in that. I mean, I can't really tell the fucking difference, because I like the way she, you know, her face structure is, you know, she's not bad like a woman when it comes down to it. She's pretty. But, like, put on makeup and that, I guess it makes you look more prettier, I guess. I mean, I really don't give a fuck about makeup and that. That's a woman's perspective of beauty. Like, if people do, like, put lipstick on, eyeliner on that, you know, that's fine, but foundation and shit, foundations, like, makes you look more fucking unattractive. It does not make you look good when you put foundation on your fucking face. Because you know that it looks fake. You can see the crusty, oily foundation on your face. It tears your face apart. It makes your face go pale as fuck. That's why people constantly put on fucking makeup. It's the best thing for any woman to do. If you just put on lipstick, maybe put a little bit of stuff on your face, man, like a little bit of powder and that to kind of like clarify, like, you can do certain things and do your eyes and that with your lips. You're gonna be way more attractive. You don't need to do all that shit. Because certain colors implicate certain things for certain people. Like when people do the crimson, rose, red lips and that, and they make it look good, it's a bigger turn on, you know. And that's why I always, you know, try to say, like, all that foundation that, you know, that's for you to cover up all the things that you think that are wrong with you. You don't need all that shit. And, you know, and she glossed all over her face, and it didn't even look like her at all. Like, her expressions weren't even like the same. And that, like, she just like it didn't look natural. Like, it wasn't like anything. I was like, oh, that's hot. You know what I mean? And so the manager lady, as she was talking to me, like, You know, it was just, you know, she didn't know what was going on. I was very confused. That's all I gotta say. It just seemed a little awkward. As in, I just never seen a lot. Nothing bad about it, but like, you know, you're working all day looking like that, and you can tell that it's not like part of your nature. So it just looks awkward up front because you don't see it a lot. But like, if it started happening more and more, then you start implicating that she's trying something new, that she wants to try to be more broadcast out there than that. I say, well, attraction goes in many different ways. Number one, being attractive, smile more. People that smile more, even smirking in that, or have that more happier attitude towards them, say more positive attitude, their attraction always goes up. Always. Like, people that are super negative all the time in that, they stress themselves out over really stupid shit. It kind of breaks them down, and it makes them, like, I guess, uglier in a certain perspective, because your face structure changes depending on how negative or how positive you are. That's one of the fundamental things I told my ex. I say, you're extremely attractive when you're smiling and happy. Like, she flows very nicely. I see, when you're mad and angry at you look like a fucking troll. You're so fucking, like, angry looking and shit. It's not attractive at all. I asked her, why don't you just be happy? Do you think happiness is a choice? I said, yeah. So you choose your happiness. I'm like, you keep on thinking that the world's unfair. The world's unfair because you are the one that made it unfair. You didn't follow the rules that God gave us, and God gave us pretty simple fucking rules. You wouldn't be in the relationship with me. You'd still be with your ex-husband, having a good life together, and probably having kids, and probably doing, you know, if you're not having kids, probably just living a life and being a dork and being goofy and shit. But you decided to be a whore and chase the flush instead of chasing the heart. I said that's why a lot of people have these problems. And like, it sucks out there. Cause like, both my brothers have met people that actually are in love with each other. Like, they both love their wives, and their wives both love them. And I'm the last one to get married. And I'm gonna say, I probably ain't gonna be the last one to get married. It probably ain't gonna happen anytime soon. There's a lot of work that I have to personally do for myself to be able to get to that point where if it does happen, it's gonna happen very abruptly. And I say it like that because that's really what is going to happen. Like, I mean, there's a lot of pretenders out there. Like the one lady that called me handsome, that I think about every now and then. You know, she's, you know, she was very pretty, and she had a nice little body on her, and you know, looked like she had, you know, some type of, you know, good stuff with her. She was trying out different diets and stuff like that. It's like she's really like a little headstrong on like nutrition and that, because she was talking about it every now and again when I was working with her, and that, when I did work with her. And I saw something good out of it. You know, I pot her about it. Like, if she ever had get a job back here and that, yeah, we probably would hit it off because, you know, first off, I look even more attractive bulking up. You know, so that's going to be one of the fundamental things that's going to change the foundations of how certain things are now. It's just how it's going to be. You know, I don't know about her. Not. She looked like she had little acne problems and that, you know. Whatever might happen, adult acne and that. There's some people tend to have sometimes. You know, but she was really nice and pretty and that, you know. But the thing of it is, it didn't work out because I never pushed it. And I never worked with long enough to even do anything. But that's what it is about life. Sometimes it's a big waiting game. But when the right person comes around, the right things come around, you'll notice. Sometimes they'll come out of nowhere. Sometimes it'll be someone from your past that'll come up, and they'll just like express themselves towards you. Like I had a girl that actually had a massive like attraction towards when I was younger than that. Or we went to high school together. I think she was a couple years older than me. And like, she, you know, this was about 4 or 5 years ago. No, she went to one of the places that I work at. She still lives really close to where I live at. And like, she sat there, we talked to me that. She had enormous boobs though, because she had a couple kids and that, so she had these gigantic watermelon tits and that. She kind of looked like an anime girl. Like she was really fucking huge boobs and that. Like she was a lot thicker than what she used to be. Like her, like she used to. I mean, obviously she was like 18 or something like that when I was like 16. So she looked a lot different back then. She was really fucking skinny, like little hips and that, cute little ass and that. And she had some nice tits on her neck. You know, she was very, very pretty in the face and that. Now I look at her now, it's not like she's fat, cause she's not really fat, it's just like she just thickened up because of, you know, I don't know, I never asked her. But the whole point of it is that, when she actually explained to me that we were talking that, and she always, you know, thought I was attractive. And I said, why didn't you never talk to me? I said, you're like one of the hottest girls in school, you're a very attractive looking woman, you know? I'm like, you're still attractive, you know, now too, like, you know, I don't say just because you're younger, you know, and she's like, oh yeah, I know. I couldn't stop looking at her boobs, because her boobs were very big, and they're very, like, they were just out there, you know, she had like a triple fucking D cup, and her fucking gigantic tits. And, you know, I always wondered that, and she finally told me she had a couple kids and that, you know, she went with the wrong guy and that. I said, yeah, it's because you attractive looking women go for fucking retards. And, like, instead of just waiting and trying to, like, figure stuff out, and normally people back then, this was back in, like, early 2000s and that, 2006, traditional stuff was still happening. But it was dulling down because of the music and stuff like that. But it was still there. You still had, like, the Backstreet Boys, and, you know, everybody was singing about love and that. They were singing about being with a woman and that. Maroon 5 was always talking about that too. There was a lot of musicians that were not, you know, they were trying to be more lovey-dovey type stuff and that. And then, of course, even the movies and that, you know, you always have one guy that's like falls in love with a woman and that, and like that's what happened. So it started changing as we got older and that. That's why the new kids now, they're all whores. They all believe in you know, all that stuff and that. You listen to their music. You listen to what they watch. And then that's how you know that there's a problem. Tomorrow's high feels like 105. Up, I'll get all early.